Alrighty, where were we? Oh yeah, Sarah Boom Boom Boom. So where I left off was sort of the realization watching Sarah Boone for the first time in God knows how many years, maybe her entire life. Watching her come to the realization that she was not in control of her life. She was no longer making any decisions, none whatsoever, in regards to her own life. She didn't have the ability to get up and walk out. She didn't have the ability to make a phone call. She didn't have the ability to do anything that she felt like she wanted to do, which first and foremost was to get the fuck out of that police station. This is the first time that, unlike many, 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 many other screwed up situations where she was able to sleep it off, start over the next day, start over the next afternoon, whatever, that she wasn't going to be able to do that. And when you think about just somebody's core personality, for the first time coming to light without the one thing that she needed, like you and I need air, okay? She's going through the physical withdrawal of alcohol. And I can tell you, for somebody who's actually made the choice, the choice to say, okay, I've decided I'm not going to drink today, and that first step toward living a life without alcohol, I mean, it's like, it's like jumping over the Panama Canal. And, I mean, very few people just sort of skip off down the road to happy destiny without alcohol. It takes a complete revamping of everything that you do, how you live your life, how you socialize, and the only way to do that is to take a good, hard look at yourself and how alcohol has affected your life. And, I mean, obviously that can translate to drugs or anything, but where she's an alkie, let's just stick to the topic of alcohol. And so, for all intents and purposes, she's cold turkey at this point in the juncture. And furthermore, I mean, I don't know if I'm assuming they can get prison hooch or whatever they call it. But I mean, it's not like she's going to be able to crack open a beer every afternoon or, mix up margaritas with the girls in the pod. Any type of alcohol that she gets from this point forward in her life is going to be a pretty nasty concoction of, I don't even want to think about it. But, I mean, if you're an alcoholic or a drug addict, you'll take whatever you can get. And anyway, whatever. So there she is in the interrogation room, and metaphorically, she's reaching for some type of she's just looking for a lifeline because her life is spinning completely out of control in the most unimaginable way. And the other thing too is, she's void of any emotion. Think about yourself in that point in time, whether it was your fault, whether it was an accident, however you got into the situation, the man that you've been living with for however many years, 4 or 5 years, something like that, I don't know. But all of a sudden he's dead. There's no making up the next day. There's no, let's try to change our lives and start doing puzzles more. Um, there's none of that. He's gone. And she just doesn't appear to even have an iota of sentiment toward that. And, my conclusion to that is she never had any to begin with. And I don't think it's just the alcohol. I just think that woman is just, void of that ability to connect with somebody on that kind of level. I mean, even in the situations that we were able to view with George as part of it, you didn't come away from those scenarios thinking, wow, what an asshole. Not one time did he seem to be even remotely on the same level as Sarah. And again, she was like a tsunami of nasty, vitriolic, everything about her just oozed of contempt and disgust. And that's what alcohol affects people in different ways. Some people get weepy. Some people are, happy-go-lucky, whatever. But Sarah Boone got nasty. And so good luck to the people sharing a cell with her, sharing a pod with her, out on the rec yard with her, because that is who she is to the core, with alcohol or without alcohol, and you could see it. I called it like the face gymnastics, watching the contortion of her face, trying to control her emotion inside. I was thinking, man, to be a fly on the wall right now of her mind, to be in such a situation. And, I kept thinking, come on, show us something that you're some sort of a, human being in there. But no, she could not let control in her mind. She didn't do anything wrong. She was a victim of abuse. Uh, you know, I mean, and and the reason that that she felt like such a victim is that her account of what happened was so beyond ridiculous. But in her mind, you could see she felt completely justified. That regardless, it's like looking at the sky and saying, and her sitting there saying, well, the sky is purple. And no matter what you say, in her mind, that sky is purple. And she's going to sit there until her dying day on the pulpit, and that sky is absolutely perfect, purple, and I don't give a flying fuck what anybody tells me. So, I don't foresee any type of personal transformation taking place with this woman once she gets into prison. I mean, now you're going to be confining an animal who doesn't have the one thing that she's relied on for however many years of her life, to keep her disconnected from reality. The one thing that, whether it fueled her control, but again, to you and I, looking at her life, thanks but no thanks. In Sarah's mind, she lived a perfect life, and she had it organized and compartmentalized, and she was, her goal on a daily basis was to try to help lift them and, teach George this and, teach George that, and trying to help him be a better person. Well, yeah, anyway, but it'll be interesting. Well, and here's the other thing I was thinking. Boy, I wonder if we'll hear any phone calls from prison with Sarah Boone And the truth of the matter is, there's probably not anybody outside that's going to want to have anything to do with her. Didn't appear that she had a friend in the world. There were no girlfriends. There were no, there was no social life outside of that condo. Didn't get along with his family. Didn't appear to have any connection with her own family. Didn't interact with her kids' parents, socializing with sports or anything like that. In her mind, she was June Cleaver, helicopter mom. Yeah, more like Black Hawk Down. But anyway, yeah, I've been watching it. I've been invested in just seeing it through, and I'm sure I'll have a lot more to say after sentencing. So, appreciate it, and much love and light to everyone.